Hey guys, my name is Jonas, and ever since I was a little kid, I've always been fascinated with video games. The fact that it's like watching a movie, but you can control what happens, has always felt like something really cool and immersive. And ever since I realized the fact that video games are made by actual developers, my dream job was to become a game developer. And I've never been able to actually fully make games, so I had to save it for a computer. But by the time 7th grade came around and I got my first PC, I knew I had to start learning game development, but I needed to pick a game engine. I was immediately drawn to Unreal Engine with its beautiful 4K graphics, and from here, I started the process of making games. Now, I made a ton of mistakes on the way, a lot of unfinished projects. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just trying to make the next RPG and then quit way before halfway done, and then move on to the next one. Wasn't actually learning anything, but eventually I started to get the hang of it and make my own games. And I hope this gives you inspiration. And if you guys want to make your own games, I can help you guys make games way faster without all the bullcrap. Straight to good guidance if you guys subscribe to this channel. Alright, without further ado, let me guys show you my journey in Unreal Engine. Alright, so over here is one of my prototypes I made following from a tutorial from an old game dev called Devaddict, which, rest in peace, man. He's still alive, but he doesn't upload content anymore. I would love so if you do. But a lot of my games back there were made in Unreal Engine 4, so for some reason when I open up my old Unreal Engine 4 projects, it's very buggy. I don't know if it's like just not supporting anymore, but you can see the camera is very broken. But anyhow, how this really worked is we had a third-person character, third-person template, but I made him have top-down camera and like movement, basic damage system, shoots a projectile, and the enemies here was pretty cool because I learned how to make um, enemy base classes that have all the logic here for like chasing and attacking, and then I would have children classes where I can like set the model I'm using and the animations, the damage, and all that stuff. And for most of these assets, I use like I think like Paragon or something. But yeah, nothing crazy. And this is what the game looks like. Basic movement, very choppy. You could shoot projectiles. I guess there's no animation. I don't know why there's no animation. Maybe I didn't make it. Really basic AI, basic health and damage system. As you can see here, watch, he should be able to attack me, right? Well, that guy's just, they're tweaking out a little bit. I don't know what's going on. This game is very buggy. But yeah, very, very basic. But I learned a lot. This is the first time I actually kind of made a game, if that counts. Actually making mechanics that kind of work. So I was very proud. And starting from here, I just started messing around more with enemy AI. That's kind of all I have to show for that prototype though. So this next prototype is honestly kind of a big one, but also very trashy at the same time. Another great YouTuber that I followed a lot called Virtus, which I hope continues to upload more videos as well. He created a playlist that back in the day when I first started Unreal Engine, I was following how to make blueprints with his programming course, which is amazing. And I learned everything, and it made Unreal Engine feel a lot easier to get into. And then I started his creating RPG playlist, which I never finished, but I got to like this point right here. So the audio, the music is way too loud. Let me turn that down. There we go. Still a little too loud. Let me turn it down again. Okay, so how it worked is basically you could choose warrior or mage. I'll start with warrior. And I tried to make it split screen, but it turned out being terrible. I'm just curious if I can just really quick change that if I remember where that code was. No, I don't know. Oh, yeah, right here. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Compile it. Save. Okay, let me try this one more time. So I'll put the game right here. I could select the warrior. It's not way too loud. Okay, so I can walk around. Left click to attack. Very basic attack animation. And I had like a little ability slot right there, something like that. I had my XP bar on the bottom, my current quest, slay an enemy, and my health and mana was. I think I also had some coins right here. Very, very basic enemy AI, like extremely basic. I don't know if it did anything, I think, but I could kill it. Don't know how many shots it takes. Come on, one more. I don't know how. This guy has a bunch of health for no reason. Come on, man, die. You got that? Okay, now he's attacking. Interesting. He's very, very stupid, and I'm already dead. That's stupid. Okay. Let me play as the mage. See how that goes. This guy, I think it was a little bit different. He has this one is his increasing health ability, and what's his other ability? I'm trying to remember what key it was. Gotta find it. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember what his other ability was. So yeah, kind of stupid a game, honestly. Very basic, but I did learn a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Oh look, I even have a pause menu right here. It's cool. Let's see here. Can I actually kill an enemy? That was the question. Should not be that hard. As you can see though, this enemy AI is very basic. There's this cool thing right here which basically heals your mana when walking onto it. Pretty basic. Very basic code. A lot of this code is actually very trash too. But it's actually learning how you can make like basic systems in Unreal Engine, you know. How logic actually works. I wonder how many hits it takes to kill this guy. I think it's like 10. Come on, man, die. I don't know why I gave these guys so much health, bro. I'm kind of stupid. There we go. Look, I got some loot right here. Boom. And yeah, now give me a new quest. Go explore. So, extremely stupid basic game. But I learned a lot about how RPG mechanics work. Very trash, but honestly proud of it. I learned a lot, and that's basically this prototype right here. Alright, so this right here is Everlon. Oh, can you hear it? Okay. We have play, options menu. I learned how to make this from a YouTuber called Matt Asplin, where I can change the screen resolution. All this different stuff right here. Cool options menu. I'm just gonna turn on the music just a tad. Okay. We have credits, you know, made by me. For some reason I decided to put white text on this background so you can't see it. And I can quit the game, or I can reopen the game right here. Let's just redo that really quick. Click play. And by the way, you can actually play this game. It's up there somewhere on the internet. I'll send links to these games. But yeah, I actually had footstep sound effects. That was so cool to make. I can click space to jump, obviously. I could sprint. And F to roll. And left click to attack. And honestly, I'm pretty proud of the graphics. They're pretty good. If I go up to this guy right here, I could talk to him. He has the actual voice lines.
Oh, yes. Impressive, isn't it? Well, I hope you are great.
Pretty pretty stupid sounding, but you know, yeah. Actually got a dialogue system. This right here is an enemy I can kill. Very buggy AI system, as you can see clearly. Now, this right here is my favorite mechanic. If you could jump, you could roll in the air. That's cool. But what's even better, because the bugging's very buggy, you can spam F and you start doing this. I like to call this going into bear mode. Just start. Oh shoot! Just start eating across the map right here. It's very cool. You can actually break the game. You can just get out of bounds super fast. And yeah, you can get out of bounds and fly off the map like this. So yeah, it was really cool. It actually has mechanics in the game, but they're all very buggy because I didn't really know what I was doing. So yeah, you can break the game very easily. Let me get past these guys, and then you go over here. For how bad of a level designer I am, and especially back then, I was pretty proud of this level. You know, I actually kind of made a map. I can get up here, and then I'll talk to him. He's gonna tell me like, here is the dungeon. Okay, cool. So this right here is the dungeon you can go into. Click E to interact, and then you got your basic boss fight over here. using amazing Paragon assets. Let's see if I can kill him. Come on. Alright, cool. I don't know what happened to death animation, but yeah. There's no end scene or anything. That's really it. But for my first game, man, I was really proud. If you guys want to play it, by the way, link in description. But time to get on to the next game. Alrighty, on to game 2. This game right here, what you're about to see, you're going to think it's a very basic, crappy game. Who cares? But to me, this was and is the biggest milestone in my game development journey. Because not only this is the first time I actually modeled assets and came up with the characters. So it's actually my own game. Creative purely from me. A real experience that I made. And it's my actual fully... Even though it's not a good game, it's a full game. It has multiple levels in it. It's main menu, has all those systems. And, yeah, to me, it was just a really big progress, and I was very happy. I finally, after, like, a year of, like, just screwing around on Unreal Engine and wasting hours prototyping and not actually making progress at all, finally got to show off what I learned and actually make a game. Very basic, low poly graphics. But, yeah, let me show you. It's called Gem Seekers, and it's my first 3D platformer. So, and fun fact, this music's actually AI generated. But, yeah, if I go into tutorial, oh, if it loads up, yep. Okay, so you play as a basic ninja. Doesn't even compile some shaders. But, you can jump with your spacebar. And actually, what's it called? I'm going to open up the build of the game because... It's a little buggy in Unreal Engine since Unreal Engine 4 is just a little buggy right now. I don't know why. At least for me. I don't know if you see it on screen. But yeah, let me get to where Gem Seekers is right here. Okay. Go to builds, HAO build. And originally I was going to put this game on Steam. But then I realized like, man, this game's crap to go on Steam. And I could do way better. So this is not going to be on Steam. Especially because it costs $100 to put a game on Steam. I want it to be good. But yeah, let me click play game. I'll just skip the tutorial for now. Play as a ninja right here that I modeled myself. And you can jump, obviously. We got moving platforms in the game. I could double jump. Oh, shoot. I could die too in lava. It's still not polished at all, but it's not nearly as buggy as the previous game. So I'm not going to be able to show all the content. I'll cut a lot apart because it's like 30 minutes if you play all levels. Maybe 20, more like. But yeah, I can shoot fireballs with right click, left click to attack, and I have enemy AI that works. Very simple, but works perfectly fine. I have this goblin right here that I can fight. This is the first level. And I have a checkpoint, so if I die here, you'll see that I should respawn back at the checkpoint. I don't know if it always works. Sometimes it can be buggy. But yeah, as you can see right there. I want to show you guys something though, really quick. Come on. I can make it. Okay, there we go. If I go to the lobby, there is a lot more levels that you can explore in the game. So, I highly recommend trying this game out. It's a big milestone for me. It's called Gem Seekers. You can find it on my HAO page. But I had this really cool lobby that I'm very proud about, that you can explore, fight enemies. And then next up here you have this world called Desert Dunes. Basically a desert level. You know, music's not great, it's from YouTube, but it's whatever. And you have to go around basically, because you have to get the gem to beat the level. I can't reach it, right, doing a normal double jump. So I have to go all the way around, get that gem right there. It makes you get a triple jump. Jump on that button over there, and then it spawns a bridge. You get back here, and you triple jump to the gem. That's pretty much it. And then right here we got frozen glaciers. This is the snow winter level because I don't know, I love snow levels in games, but very, very basic. And then finally I have this level right here, magma grounds. Very basic, like volcanic level, but yeah. That's pretty much the game right there. Nothing crazy, but huge milestone for me. So, without further ado, let's get on to game 3. So, after I made Gem Seekers, I thought to myself, I made a platformer with my own custom graphics. The next step is to make an RPG. So I wanted to make an RPG in around the similar style with low poly hand painted graphics. And this is where the game Guardians comes in. Basically, I made this low poly model right here. Let's click play, see if it works. It's been a while since I opened this game. I'm not sure it's gonna work, but yeah, I made the low poly. It's a bit more advanced style. I kind of want this game a little bit inspired by Zelda. So right here you can move around as your character. You could jump, and you could sprint. And then I think if I click one of these buttons, there should be an inventory. Where is it? Let's see here. One. Shoot, that's not the right one. Click tab. No. It's been a little while, pardon me. Okay. So U opens my equipment menu and it pauses the game. Has this cool little effect right here. And as you can see here, I got my wooden blade, my wooden shield, iron sword, guardian blade, guardian shield. But obviously, you could tell it's not very. It was in the works. Okay, there we go. So this equipment menu, very, very basic. My idea of a kind of inventory, not very dynamic. Still kind of trying to mess around with how it works. But I knew I needed some sort of way to get your weapons. So you could choose a weapon, go from wooden blade to iron sword to guardian blade. And I was extremely proud of this project because I was actually making some sort of inventory and RPG stuff actually going on for the first time. So I could just be one blade, iron sword, and guardian blade is like the main weapon in the game. The game would be called Guardians, and you want to get the guardian blade, and there'd be like 4 different islands, and something about I kind of forgot the lore of the game, but it was gonna be a nice like 2 maybe 4 hour game. Realistically, it'd be more like 2 hour game. And we got your first shield right here, your wooden shield, then your iron shield, and your guardian shield. And I don't know, I'd never really stuck to this project, but looking back on it, it wouldn't be hard at all to finish. And honestly, I kind of want to go back in time, maybe flesh this out a little bit more. But yeah, so you got that. You can you have your basic enemy eye, which wants to chase you and attack you. This very nice goblin model I made right here. Very rigid combat, but yeah, it works. And I did want to make a blocking system. You can have your blocking animations, but I don't think it works. Because if I click play right now, let's see here. Wait, first I need to, yeah, okay. If I block, I don't think it does anything. I can't really tell honestly because there's no health bar. Yeah, it still does damage if I block. I never got the blocking system to work because it was a little too complicated for me, but I did have high hopes for this project. I think it has a potential. Oh, and you can't. The way it works is you can't sprint when you have items equipped. Probably so that when you're in combat, you gotta stay locked in, and then when you're out of combat, you can just explore fast. But yeah, that's pretty much this project. But the reason I never finished this is because I was learning how to create more advanced models in Blender, and to me, I was getting tired of the low poly stylized graphics, and I wanted more realistic, like sculpted models to put in the game. But you're gonna see it's gonna create a big issue later. So on to the next game really quick. So unfortunately, I can't find the project I was trying to show. But basically, what ended up happening was I was trying to remake the project with better graphics, but then I realized I can't model all these realistic graphics, so I started using a bunch of asset packs, and then it slowly just started to just become a completely different game, completely different character. It just felt like a complete asset pack, and it was getting trash, and I felt burnt out, and I didn't know what to do, so I just complained to my brother, and then he just told me, make a very simple low poly model. Just make him like a basic MVP. Just make a basic low poly character that can attack with a sword, attack some enemies in a dungeon, and at least get that and you have an RPG. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I just got straight to making graphics for the game, and I was extremely inspired. The fire was back. And from there, it just went crazy. I don't know, I just started adding mechanic on mechanic and mechanic until I started making an actual game, which I will show you. But before I get to that, the next game is called the Quest RPG. I'm not sure why I called it this. I don't know. It doesn't even have quests in the game. But in this game, very proud of it. I'll show you right here. I finally made a game that had beautiful graphics, used some amazing post-processing and mega scanned assets right here. And I was proud of the movement. The combat felt nice. You attack some monsters, and basically they go in waves. And it's been a while since I opened this project, so I'm not sure if there'll be a bug or not. But there's this really sick orc model I learned to model in Blender that I put in the game, and nothing was more rewarding than seeing this guy inside my game. So let me just load up that file really quick. It doesn't take so long. Okay, yeah, right here. I modeled this orc in Blender, which I was very proud of, and I gotta actually get it as an enemy in the game that you can fight. So let me load that up. What is the issue here? Okay, so I also made a other model a while ago for a Yeti that I tried adding to this game, and I think it like broke it, which is very broken. So I should be able to open a package build though. However, if I find it, let me see here. Somewhere here, the Quest RPG build game builds. Okay, finish game, Windows. Okay, right here. Let me load it up. Sorry about that. But yeah, this game right here, another big milestone. While I was working on my main game, I still made this at some point. Only took me like a few days, but very happy about it. As you can see, it says host game, join game. I tried to get multiplayer, but I failed to get that set up. But yeah, if I open this up, we have this awesome looking player right here. Can move around. I can jump. I can attack with some really smooth combo animations. And I got this basic enemy here chasing me, which by the way, you guys can play this. I'll send a link to the build as well. And let me know what wave you guys get to. So first wave, it's just one enemy, right? And you want to be careful here because you don't want to get hit by him. He does a lot of damage, and you want to see how many waves you can make it. Because once you lose health, there's no regaining it. But every wave, it should spawn enemies at a slightly faster rate. So I'm gonna kill this guy right here. Okay, wave 3. And as you can see, now there's more. It just multiplies on top of itself. So it does get pretty impossible at some point in the game. But yeah, feel free to try out this game. Very proud of it, and see how many waves you can complete. The game at its core is very simple, but it feels smooth. Finally a polished game with nice graphics. And that's what I really enjoy about this project. See how far I can make it. I think my high score in this game is like wave 9. I'm not going to try too hard though, because I don't want it to last too long. So I'm just going to mess around here. Yeah, as you can see, it's a very simple but polished wave-based fighting game with sweet graphics made on Unreal Engine 5. And I think this might be the final game to show you before I get to the next, to get to my big main game. There was some a really nice RPG I really wanted to show you guys that was amazing. That big milestone for me, but for some reason I can't find that project anywhere, so I can't show you guys. But yeah, pretty simple game. Alright, so remember that one RPG Guardians I was talking about? How I got burnt out, didn't finish the game, but then I decided to make a low poly character and start making it to an actual game. Well, I started documenting that a long time ago, as you can see right here, about a year ago, and started slowly adding mechanics over, like, just logging on over somewhere, doing nothing but working on the game. I started adding things like combat, dialogue. I even added multiplayer, but I eventually got rid of that as the game would be too advanced to keep multiplayer in the game. I even added inventory, added village, amazing graphics, and made a whole channel documented, which I recommend you guys check out. But yeah, I'm not gonna go over too much on it because there's a bunch of devlogs on it over here. But it's basically my passion project. something I've been spending a long time working on. Actually, half of my whole entire game development process has simply been working on this game. So it would mean a ton if you guys check this out. It's called Kira Legends, which you guys can get a free demo on Steam and play it. It's a whole like 30 minutes of fun, and there's a whole like intro cutscene and whatever. But thankfully, I already have progress in the game, so I don't have to show all of that. So I'm not gonna start a new game. I'm not gonna show too much about the game. But yeah, my first actual kind of polished game. And you even have inventory, you know, polished sound effects, UI. And yeah, I'll just show off some of the combat, but I really recommend you guys try out the game for yourself. I think you guys will find something rewarding in that game. But yeah, I really like the graphics in this game. And I got some good combat here. You can actually target your enemies. Have some smooth attacks. But yeah, that's really not much of the game to show because I simply don't want to go make a whole long video. But yeah, please check out my other channel, Jonas Preview, to check out the game, and check it out on Steam. Leave a review on it. So yeah. Alright, this is the final game I'm going to show you guys. I really hope you guys enjoy this game because I think you're going to like it. I've been thinking about my main game, Kira Legends, how I want to upgrade it. So I got this really cool, amazing Pure Combat asset pack, and it was only like $30 too, very cheap. And it already comes with really nice combo attacks, inventory, parrying, blocking, targeting, advanced AI. And I wanted to see what I could throw together really quick if I did that and programmed a little quest system. So this right here is a basic RPG I made in about a week. You can move around. You can go toggle walking, running. I can talk to my NPC here. Hello, adventurer. These monsters won't leave us alone. Will you kill them for us? And then I can have some quests to choose. Which, by the way, this quest system, I followed Gorka Games' tutorial on that. And I have basic trial, which I'll say right here, your details. It has your objectives right here. So the first quest, kill 2 enemies. You see I was on my objective list, right? I can go up and I can pick up some items. And then I have the combat system came with a really smooth inventory system with different tabs, as you can see. But yeah, I can equip armor. I can equip my shield, sword. And let me show that off really quick. So right click is to block. I can attack. I can equip and sheath my weapons. And one thing I do really quick want to show, I'm more of a melee fighter myself, but you can equip a bow, as you can see right here. Let me just, yeah, there we go. Have an explosive arrow. Let me try shooting the enemy right here. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna get my sword though. And yeah, I can block right here. I can parry, as you can see. Attack. The enemy can even parry. You got like actual advanced Souls-like combat, as you can see. And it actually requires some skill. It's not as buggy. I can also block with my shield, which causes me to not take any damage. Boom, boom. But yeah, very basic prototype, which I'll probably send a link to as well. And learned a lot with this game. I'll try to finish off this quest as soon as possible so I can show you that there's an actual quest system. I'm getting low on health, so there's also potions, as you can see. So I'll drink. And then right here, we got another enemy. Which, by the way, guys, I know this game looks bigger than all my other games, and it was only made in like a week. But you gotta keep in mind that I didn't 3D model these assets, and I used an asset pack for the whole entire combat and inventory system. So, but I did learn a lot from getting it. See how fast I can kill this guy. I like to sheath my shield so I can parry with my sword. Alright, cool. So as you can see, boom, the quest is completed. And yeah, that's the whole system. I do want to show off one basic enemy. I'm not actually going to kill him. It's going to take too long. But there is a Yeti in the game. Which, the only thing I modeled in this game was the Yeti that I modeled. Which I'm planning to put on the Unreal Engine Marketplace. Well, the Fab Marketplace, I guess. But, yeah, let me showcase that. It's kind of buggy with the combat system because he's so huge. But I just want to do it for testing purposes. So, as you can see, got this epic ice snow Yeti right here that I made. He does a ton of damage. So it's very easy if you just get him from behind, but yeah, here's how much damage he does if he hits you. As you can see, so yeah. And if you see over there, there's also a Fire Yeti. But yeah, very simple game. And what I learned from making this game is what I want to do is with this asset pack, I'm planning on recreating, like rebooting Kira Legends, but with a lot smoother and more complex gameplay. So much better combat, actual quest system, you know, hopefully a better story, and making it a good experience. It actually feels like a solid game. So yeah, this is basically everything I have in Unreal Engine. Honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I could have learned Unreal Engine way faster. I could have made a lot more. It's kind of sad, but I wasted a bunch of time prototyping. You know, basically I would always open up a random project, try my best to make the next RPG, completely fail, delete the project, and do the same thing over and over again. And I never really made progress. So the progress you guys see here could have been done in like a year or two. So don't be like worried if you guys think, oh man, it's gonna take 3 years to actually make games like this. You guys can learn way faster. And I'm gonna start making a ton of tutorials that you guys can follow. So make sure to stay subscribed for that, because I'm gonna start making tutorials and courses so that you guys don't make the same mistakes I did. And I'm even teaching my brother to make games as well. So hopefully you guys can have it a lot better than I did and make some amazing games out there. But anyways, if you guys have been watching for this long, I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoy the content, please subscribe, because I'm going to be teaching you guys a lot on Unreal Engine. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day.